Hello everyone, this is Miss Maddie from the Winnetka Library, and I'm going to show you how to make these spooky pumpkins with our little kits that you can pick up at the Winnetka Library. This one has white stitching that you can kind of see, and this one I picked colors that match the felt pieces, so whichever one you like best is the one you can do. This is the little kit that you can pick up from the library in the little plastic tub. Inside are the felt pieces, the stuffing, and the clip. What you will need from home is a sewing needle, some scissors, and the type of thread you want to use. So these are all of the different pieces. I'm just going to separate them out. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to sew on this yellow piece to the pumpkin. And I'm just going to do a stitch from the back and then over the side to attach it. And we're going to do that all the way around. Alright, so I've gone ahead and attached the pumpkin piece here, and then I'm just going to go ahead and tie a knot. So I'm going to go under the thread, and then I'm going to pull through. So I'll do it again here. Under and then through the loop, and you just pull it tight, and then I'm just going to cut the excess off. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to attach the eyes. So I'm using black thread since we've got black pieces. And I'm going to do the same stitch to attach both eyes and the mouth. Alright, so I've gone ahead and attached the other eye, and now I'm going to sew on the mouth. If you've already got the hang of this stitch, we're going to be doing the same one that we attached the pumpkin piece and the eyes, so you can go ahead and fast forward through this part if you've got the hang of that one. Alright, so now I'm going to sew on our little green loop. So I picked up the back piece here, and I sort of want to make sure that it's central, and then I'm just going to do a quick back and forth through to attach the loop onto the back piece. The stitching looks pretty messy, but it's all going to be hidden once we put the face of the pumpkin on. And it's the same color as the felt, so you can't really super see it, so that's okay. You just want to make sure that it's on super tight, because this is where we're going to attach the little clip. So if anything tugs on it, you want to make sure that it's really super secure. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to sew the two pieces together back and front. So I'm going to start on one side of the little green piece, and I'm going to start my blanket stitch here. So I'm going to do a blanket stitch all the way around to the other side of the green piece, and then I'm going to tie off a knot and leave a hole there for the stuffing. So we're going to do the blanket stitch continuously all the way around. Alright, so I finished my blanket stitch all the way around, so now I'm going to tie a knot in my thread, and I've got enough leftover thread that I'm actually not going to cut off the thread. I'm going to leave it, but if you want to cut it off, you can. We're just going to stuff the pumpkin and then sew closed the hole where the green piece of felt is. So there's my knots, and I'm going to just let the needle hang to the side, and I'm going to stuff the pumpkin. So I'm just going to take small bits of the stuffing and do it a little bit at a time, and I'm just going to make sure that it gets to all the different corners of the pumpkin. Alright, so now that I've stuffed the pumpkin, I'm just going to sew the hole closed, and I'm just going to stitch back and forth. So I'm not doing the blanket stitch anymore, just trying to close it up. You can do a line stitch or a similar stitch to how we attached the green piece to the back of the pumpkin. Either way, just make sure you get through all the pieces and pull tight. And there is the pumpkin. And then you just put the green piece of felt through the little lobster claw, and there you go. You have your pumpkin charm.